My name is Gyrbauskas. I am the head football coach here at Northwest. I also teach PE. I have physical education and weight training classes here. I played football all 4 years. I played baseball for a couple years, and then I didn't play my last couple years because I wanted to focus on football, which honestly regret. Wish I would have kept playing. But kind of one of those decisions that you make at the time and look back on and say probably not the best decision. But I just loved football, loved working out and getting ready for football, and that was really a big part of who I was sports-wise. I honestly was not a great student until I got to college. I was a very mediocre student. Very shy. You probably wouldn't realize that now, but I was a very shy person, did not like getting up in front of crowds or people. If you would have told me early on in high school that I'd be a teacher and a coach, I probably would have laughed at you because it's just not who I was. Like I said, a very average student. Freshman, sophomore year was kind of a pain in the butt to teachers. Kind of figured things out and had some good mentors along the way as far as teachers and some upperclassmen that kind of helped me out and helped show me the way of right things to do. But I was not a great student by any means. Things really turned around for me in college, and my GPA and stuff was substantially higher in college than it was in high school, which is not usually the norm for most people. But and learned to be a good student there and kind of figured things out and found my way. But high school was an interesting time. I was all about sports and didn't really care about anything else, and wasn't necessarily a great person to be around all the time. So back when I was in high school, actually probably college, I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to do. I loved football and baseball and got into coaching right away. Wasn't really sure if I was going to be a teacher at that point, but just really fell in love with coaching, which is teaching, so decided that that's something I wanted to do, and got into that, and just enjoyed being around young people and coaching them and helping them. Went to Grand Valley State University, which was actually the university was closer to my house than my high school was, so kind of like right in my backyard. So I have some weight training classes, some PE classes throughout my years. I'm a biology minor, so I have taught a couple years of biology. I had some earth sciences, so taught a few different things. I actually taught psychology for a year, even though I'm not certified to do that, when you could kind of do whatever you wanted in a sense. I think it's just the opportunity to make a difference with people, and I think if it wasn't teaching for me, it'd be some other occupation where I could make a difference for people. So, I enjoy teaching. I enjoy coaching, which is really is teaching, and just being around young people and trying to be a positive influence and make a difference. I started out coaching at Hudsonville, which is a bigger school over on the west side of the state. That's actually the school I graduated from, and that's where I started coaching at. I was an assistant there, and it was a great job, but I needed a teaching job, so I did that through college. Graduated from college and got a job in a little town called Central Lake in northern Michigan. Very small school. It was a great place to live. Summers were awesome there. Winters were kind of hard because we got a ton of snow. But great school. Enjoyed my time there. I spent 9 years there. Made some great connections there, and it was a good place to coach and teach. But it was a shrinking school, so enrollment was dropping. School programs were shrinking, so like looking at programs for my kids and stuff, it wasn't great. So we decided to move on to Elkton Pigeon Bayport, and that's where I came from before here. A little bit bigger school, not as big as here, but it was also a great place to teach and coach, and we had some good experiences there, and I felt like really made a difference with where they were and where it was when I left. But we got to a point where we wanted to get closer to home, which is still Grand Rapids for us, and we wanted to be within an hour and a half, and just really felt like Northwest was a great opportunity for us. Bigger school. There's some great things happening here right now, and an administration that wants to make this place great, and we wanted to be part of that. The transition here it's been pretty easy. My family's fit in really well. They've adjusted great. I feel like I've adjusted very well too. I've said this after every move though that I've made. It is more work when you move because you have things kind of settled in and your routine settled in and people know who you are and what you do. So when you move, it is a notch up in work and having to establish who you are and how you do things because it's going to be different than the person before you. Honestly, what worried me the most is my family and just making sure that they were going to fit in. You know, having a son who's in middle school, that's not always an easy age to be moving. And, you know, my wife, she had some good friends where we were at. You know, some of those things, you know, we were leaving friends behind. I knew with my job it would be pretty easy for me, but just worrying about them fitting in and making the transition and finding new friends and people to be around, that was probably the biggest worry. I would say the biggest surprise is just how people have accepted us and just kind of brought us in and accepted who we are and how we do things and have really loved on us since we've been here.